Hi, welcome to Spinnekroken. Michelle here. I thought I'd have a little chat while I'm winding off yarn from my spindles. It's been quite a while since we've caught up. I've shown these on Instagram in a couple of stories, and although I do have quite a collection of spindles, I'm running out, and I still have yarn that I want to spin for a project. And the best way to do this is to wind off some of my spindles so that I can use them again. So that's what's gonna happen this morning. And it's a sunny day outside. There's a little bit of a breeze. I'm sitting here in my little home store and enjoying the sunshine. Today is April 15th. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow the shop will be open from 10 to 5. Other than that, you can send me a message if you want to come and have a look at anything. Yeah, so why don't we just get started? As I said, I'm spinning for a big project. This is Norwegian lamb's wool from Hillesvåg. It comes like this. It's carded, and I just rip off strips and pre-draft and spin on my supported spindles. I plan to ply this with some Angora that I have in stash. I don't know if you can see it, but this beautiful fluff, maybe I can bring it closer. Oh, it's so soft and gorgeous. I've had this for quite a while, and because Angora fiber is so short, you have to put a lot of twist into it to make it a sturdy, stable singles, or it will just basically fall apart. And what I'm planning to do, and I'm not sure if I'm going to, well, I think probably what I'll do is I'll take the one Angora single and ply it as a sample with one ply of the Norwegian wool, and I'll do another sample with one ply Angora and 2 plies of Norwegian wool, and I'll compare, and we'll see if I want to just do one of them or if I want to mix it up a bit and do a little of both. And yeah, I'm spinning my Angora on my eel wheel 6.1. I recently got this and I'm really pleased with it. The singles are pretty fine, so there's quite a lot of fiber on that spindle. So this should be a fun project. My intention is actually to make the yarn and put it up for sale in my on my web shop. So stay tuned. We'll see how that works out. I can ply directly from this gorgeous stand from Corelli. I've done that several times. It works really well. But as I said, I'm running out of spindles that are empty, so I thought I would make ply balls to start with, and you know, even as well as the fact that I need more spindles, I still haven't decided how many plies I'm actually going to use together. Normally, if I know I'm going to make a 2-ply or a 3-ply, when I make my ply ball, I will wind the 2 or the 3 strands together that I'm going to be plying together in the end. But since I'm not quite decided yet if I'm going to have one of the Norwegian wool and one of the Angora, or 2 of the Norwegian wool and one of the Angora, then I'll just make single ply balls. And as you can see, I've got quite a few spindles that I have to wind off. So it was the perfect opportunity to sit and have a little bit of a chat. What are you working on? Do you spin? Do you knit? Do you crochet? All of the above? I've always got knitting on my needles, and I do crochet a little bit. Not as much as I'd like, because crochet fabric is actually really, really nice. And it changes up the way you use your arms and your wrists and your shoulders if you switch from knitting and crocheting, and maybe it alleviates a little bit of fatigue in your shoulders and stuff if you do that. And that happens as well if you switch up what size needle you're knitting with. For example, I have some cramping and pain if I knit with a size 8-9 millimeter needle. That just seems to be too big for what my hands are happy about holding on to. So my strategy is to try to have a pair of socks on the needles on a 2 or 2.25 millimeter needle, and maybe something in between, something like a baby knit or something on 3.5 millimeter needles, and I'll go up around 4.5, 5. I'm fine with that. So if I have a project that I'm knitting on really large needles, I do usually have to take breaks a little more often than with the smaller needles. Do you find that? Have you ever noticed anything like that, or do you have any recommendations if people do start getting hand fatigue or even muscle pain? I mean, we get so excited about our projects and we just dive in, and sometimes it just, we should use a little more common sense and try to take things a little easier. I do have one finished object today, and I can tell you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Cumulus Tee by PetiteKnit. It's knit in Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. I think it's either last spring or maybe even the spring before I knit this, and I do wear it a lot. I made it a little cropped because my torso is not really very long and a little baggy. It's comfortable to wear over sweatpants like I'm wearing today, but also over a dress. So I like it. Have you knit this pattern? Have you used the same yarn? Maybe a different yarn? Can you recommend a good yarn to knit it in if you can't get a hold of Knitting for Olive Pure Silk? Leave a comment below. Maybe somebody will really appreciate it. test knitted, or test, had a test, did a test knitted, I'm not sure, a child's sweater for Camilla at CamiJoKnit. This is called the Kids Bubble Sweater. I knit the 4-year-old size, and this is knit in my own hand spun yarn. It was a blast to knit because the bubble stitch is actually really, really fun. I'll give you a close up. And it went really quickly. I think I used maybe a 3.75 millimeter needle. Yeah, I'm thinking my grandson will get this for Christmas. He's 3, so that should be a good size for him. And I recently just was lucky enough to get a new granddaughter at the end of March. So I have some yarn left that's from the same spin. So I'm thinking maybe I'll see if I can knit her one in the same, obviously a much smaller size, but they can be twinsies. We'll see if I get that far. Also for my grandson, here in Norway, our National Day or our Constitution Day is May 17th. And it's tradition to have a kids parade and gather at the schools or other places and have games, and everybody dresses up in their national costumes. And I designed and knit a national costume for my grandson a couple years ago, and he's grown out of it. So here we go. This time I'm not designing everything myself. This is actually a pattern that I believe is from Sandnes Garn. Aren't they cute? I've only got the one done, but it won't take me long to do the other one. And I'm hoping to be able to get knickers knit up in this gray charcoal color. And if I have time, then I'll make a vest or a jacket as well. But the knickers and the socks are the main goal. I'm knitting this in Saga from Filcolana, and it's 100% woolen spun, 300 meters for 50 grams, I believe. And I really like this yarn. It's soft, but still a little rustic. I do have quite a bit left in my shop, so if you want to take a look, then you'll find it in on my web shop. Yeah, that's it for my grandkids. I did knit a body and a dress and a little diaper panty for my granddaughter. I have had those on story in my Instagram. She's already received them, so I don't have them here, but I enjoyed that. It's nice to have a little girl to knit for. Other than the items I have on my web shop and spinning and spindles and stuff like that, I also offer sample knitting services. So if you're a designer or you have a yarn shop of your own, or for some other reason need to display a sample of something knit and you don't have the capacity to do it yourself, you might consider hiring me to do it for you. I have a few customers, and one of my customers has ordered a sample knit of the Grape Tee by Ventzel. I don't think it's that long ago that she actually, I think this is quite recent. This is the t-shirt. I think she's used a trio from Sakstad and alpaca from Sakstad, alpaca 1, and she's got a couple of versions in here. The gauge is 22 stitches by 40 rounds or rows for a 10 by 10 swatch, and she suggests 3mm and 3.5mm needles. My customer wanted this knit in Sandnesgarn Lina, so that's what I'm using. That's the contrast color. It is number 3161, and the main color is 1015, kind of a marzipan color, a dirty white. And I've gotten quite far. Kind of a silly place to actually stop and show you, but I'm picking up for the sleeves at the moment, so the needle is kind of halfway there. But this is what it looks like so far. I'm knitting size 4 for them. It's a really fun stitch. It's knit top down, and the pattern is knit in a type of mosaic knitting with some knits and purls, making it look like a cluster of grapes, I guess. Grape tea. Kind of cute. I actually like the pattern so much that I bought it myself, and I plan to knit it in PetiteKnit Gossypium cotton tweed. Now, I started knitting a sweatshirt in this yarn, in this color, and I didn't like it, so I ripped it back, and I figured, oh, the light's not very good here. Anyway, it's a light blue with little tiny tweedy darker blue specks. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this for the main color, and then this dark blue for the contrast color. So stay tuned. When I've started that, I will definitely share it. Not sure if I have any other immediate plans. Like I said, I've got a few customers, so I'm busy knitting up for them, and I want to get this yarn spun up and plied, and I'm so looking forward to giving it a try, making some samples and knitting a bit. I hope I like the result. Anyway, stay tuned for that. Do you spin? Do you spin on spindles, or do you have a spinning wheel? Do you have support spindle, drop spindle? I still have quite an assortment of drop spindles in the store. I'll just get them. Quite an assortment. So if you are looking for a drop spindle, you might want to take a look. They're all unique, and all of these spindles are pointy at the tip, so you can actually spin supported as well with these. You just have to kind of get used to the hook being there. I also have a few support spindle sets left. This one is quite pretty. It's one of them. I don't know if you can see this, but try it up here. They spin quite nicely. All of these spindles are from Grape, and Grape is a company in Georgia who has affiliate or who has a cooperation with several artisans, handcrafters who make these beautiful items, and everything is done by hand. And they don't, as far as I know, they only use fallen wood or fallen trees, fallen materials. They don't actually cut anything down to make any of these spindles. So it's really a very sustainable way of taking care of nature's waste, I guess you could call it, in a way. And I use mine all the time. I really do like these spindles, and as you can see, I use my spindle stand quite a bit. It's also made from sustainable materials and handcrafted. Everything is done by hand. So if you're interested, go online and take a look at what I've got out on my Instagram. And if you're inspired, let me know. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. And if you'd like to get some more information, maybe have a conversation about any of this, then we can do a virtual shopping tour. We can agree on some way of getting together online, and I can show you what I have. You can compare things if you want, maybe. And that goes for the yarn as well. I mean, if you're not really sure about putting colors together or something, then the next best thing is to get online with me, and we can do some videoing and chatting, and I can pick out colors and show you them together, and that might help you make a decision. Well, I think that's about it for handcrafts for me today. It's almost Easter. As I said, today is Tuesday, and Easter Sunday is coming up, and I hope the Easter Bunny comes around on Saturday with something. How about you? You have plans for Easter? Do you stay home? Do you have family in? Do you go off on a trip of some kind? We're gonna pack up our motorhome and take a trip to the west coast, a place called Sotra in Norway, and we'll take our golf clubs with us. Maybe we'll be able to play a couple rounds of golf. I'll definitely have some knitting with me and some spinning. And I think he'll have some fishing rods and stuff like that with him. So maybe we'll be lucky and he'll catch us some fish. Well, I hope you're well. I hope you have a really nice Easter. I hope you're making something that's giving you joy. And I hope it won't be quite as long to the next time I'm on my channel here saying hello and showing you a few things. Okay, well, like I said, if you have any comments or questions, I'm just on the other side of the camera. So let me know what you're thinking. And have a real good Easter. Have a real good weekend if you don't celebrate Easter. And I will be back whenever I'm back. Happy knitting. Bye for now.